And I think since we're sort of, in the middle of knocking out minors anyway, we might as well just
I think
grab.
that's illegal in most countries, Joachim.
Yes,
Okay.
but this is Imperator though.
Fair.
So,
Just a right hook to a primary school kid. Whack! Get out of here.
I mean, the thing is, right? I've never been
Good at
guys in
games?
fights. No, that as well, but not in many fights and the like, right?
Oh
So if I
no,
want
I'm
to,
turning into Nurgle. Oh, I'm sorry.
so if I actually want to like win a fight, I'd have to pick someone who is significantly smaller than me, right?
Right.
So yeah, no.
They always told me to pick on somebody my own size, and then I broke the fridge, and they blamed me, and I didn't understand. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful day of streaming with Imperator Rome. As always, I am your community manager, Troy, and with me is my best pal and comrade in arms of, Imperator nonsense, Joachim.
Hello,
Oh, he's on that.
I'm Joachim,
Yep.
content designer extraordinaire, or at least that's what I hope. If I keep saying it, I hope that someone else is also going to start thinking it.
If you don't put that into your resume and onto your job title, I'm actually gonna be upset at a certain point. Like,
Just be like, always introduce myself that way, and at some point people will be like, "Oh yeah, that's that really good content designer, right?" I was like, "Yeah, that's the case."
exactly. Like the next time you go for a job interview, whenever that is, they're like, we noticed this says extraordinaire on your resume. Do you want to explain that? And you're just gonna be like, nope. Peasant.
It's just like, yeah, no, that's what they kept calling me at Paradox. I guess it must be true.
It just must be true. It must be extraordinary. Yeah, but hello everyone. We had a patch today. I don't know if you saw. It was a decent patch. Just a bunch of hot fixes, bug fixes, stuff like that, for bugs that definitely don't exist because our game is perfect. Wink.
Exactly.
But yes, it was really good. You addressed a lot of the issues. So if you have any further issues in the future or you're experiencing anything after the patch, please definitely let us know if you're experiencing issues so that we can look into it and possibly get a workaround in the works for you. Other than that, I hope most of those issues were addressed after 2.0, and I hope that the game is running smooth for all of you. Last time we were playing with number one Bosphorus Stan Joachim, who was standing for Bosphorus Kingdom again. We'd started some kind of minor war on the far western borders, and I think that's where we were, so I'm going to let Joachim take it away.
Apparently so. I mean, I sort of looked at this map, and I have to admit, I didn't really remember much of what happened at the end of the last session, right? Because that's sort of always how it is. Apparently, we're in a war with these guys. I guess I can find the diplomacy map mode. There we go. So apparently, I'm at war with these guys. Exactly why I'm at war with these guys, I don't know. I'm as blanked out on that as everyone else.
Actually, what usually happens right before stream is Joachim chugs an entire fifth of vodka and then tries to figure out what he did last week. So that explains our strategy.
The thing is, right, if everybody is a little bit nervous on stream, right? So everyone has their way of figuring out how to deal with the stress and the nervousness and everything like that. And for me, that is a liter or two of vodka. It's everyone has their way of fixing things.
Yep.
And as as long as it's not on stream, everything is fine, right?
Right, exactly. That's why I wasn't shaming you. I was just stating a fact. Yeah.
I mean, that's also how I deal with just work in general. So if you see like, an event where it just sort of trails off into just random gibberish, that's probably why it is.
Going to stream one day and Joachim's just got like a mountain of empty Malort bottles on his bed.
I think it's going to be great. So I don't really remember what we were doing last time, like I said, but I figured, I don't really know how much further we really want to go westwards, because that sort of just brings us closer to Rome.
Right. And I think that was kind of the idea was we were going to try and knock out some of these smaller alliances so they had less of a manpower pool to pull from.
And I think since we're sort of, in the middle of knocking out miners anyway, we might as well just grab.
I think that's illegal in most countries, Joachim.
Yes.
Okay.
But this is Imperator, though.
Fair.
So,
Just a right hook to a primary school kid. Whack! Get out of here.
I mean, the thing is, right? I've never been
Good at
guys in
games?
fights. No, that as well, but not in many fights and the like, right?
Oh
So if I
no,
want
I'm
to,
turning into Nurgle. Oh, I'm sorry.
so if I actually want to like win a fight, I'd have to pick someone who is significantly smaller than me, right?
Right.
So yeah, no.
They always told me to pick on somebody my own size, and then I broke the fridge, and they blamed me, and I didn't understand. Yes, there are a lot of allies. You are correct.
Yeah, they are. The thing is, I haven't really paid attention to my money. Apparently, I have infinite money for some reason.
Oh right. No,
And
yeah, we made a lot
you
of
know how
really wise business ventures last time. So
so you know how they say that with infinite money comes infinite greed, right?
yeah,
It's just like the power of responsibility just flipped. So what I figure is that we might as well just grab some mercenaries and let them do their the bidding for us, and then we'll just crush all our
yep,
opponents wherever they might arise.
yep,
So I
yep.
think we're just going to grab some mercenaries. We're going to immediately start reorganizing them so we can get them up to speed as quick as possible, and then we'll just raise the rest of our levies and start moving them in the right direction. And then
Yeah.
hopefully, if trouble gets, if things gets too bad, we'll have these guys as sort of like a backup. That's sort
Right.
of the idea.
Right. Right.
Then we'll just immediately crush these guys, and then we'll sort of take Byzantium
Rush
right
through.
away.
Yeah.
And then we sort of hold the western side. And that should sort of hopefully stop them from be able to move around too much and cause too much problems for us. So I think that's going to work out just fine.
Yep.
We'll just wait for the mercenaries to get a little bit get their morale fixed. Let's see. Byzantine revolt. Well, I'll just let you figure out your revolt first. I don't really want to fight a revolt on top of everything.
Funny story. Yeah.
Speaking of that thing, yeah, no. I guess we'll have a conversation with one of you guys.
So would you say your new neighbors are pretty revolting?
Yes.
Hmm.
Apparently, both of them were rivals to me, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess that's the thing.
Look, we may hate each other, but we hate you more.
So what I really should have done is to grab this. I don't know why I didn't, so I'm going to do that as soon as we get tech next time. So there's a lot of Egyptians going around here.
There are a lot. Oh man, they
I'm not
just
sure how to
3 more armies came
deal
up.
with that,
Woof.
though.
Woof. Like this, I guess.
Apparently like this. I'm not sure if it's actually going to work out, though. I don't think it is. I think we're
I
going
mean,
to
if
lose
that
that
13k
fight.
doesn't make it up in time, you may have it, but
No, we're very screwed on this one.
Whoop, yep, there goes. That's game.
So
Thanks for coming out.
I'm curious how we're going to deal with this.
Very,
I really am. Wait,
very
what?
carefully.
Costs. Oh, it's like
There,
down
yeah.
there. Speaking of alcohol, there you are.
Yeah. Run away.
Yeah, no, we're not making that in time. Are we? We are making that in time. Well, that's cool then. So, what are we going to do? Also a cool league character. Let's see.
Yeah, we got all of our supply lines cut. That was not good.
Yeah, it was a bit like, hey, a lot of our stuff comes from Egypt, and then Egypt tells us to,
Go suck eggs.
That's a nice way of putting it, yes.
Yeah, I figured that was a good way to say, polite and all.
So, what we're going to do is see if we can put up something there. And then maybe we can stop more people from coming over, and then we're going to just grab more mercenaries. Because honestly speaking, when has mercenaries ever let us down?
Never.
The answer is literally never.
I was like, nope, got nothing. I actually got nothing for this one.
That's a big fleet of 122 ships. Our fleet immediately stopped existing. So, sadly,
well,
it seems like...
Hey everyone, this was fun, I guess.
it seems like our fleet is pointless, and I'm going to immediately delete it because it's not going to
Bye.
actually help us. We are defeated. That's fine. Oh, because there's another army up there.
Yeah, because they sailed right through and dropped a bunch of dudes off in your back door.
Oh,
There's a lot of dudes. My
there is a lot of
goodness, there's
dudes.
a lot of dudes.
They have a lot of dudes indeed.
12k, 18k, 15k, whatever's going on down there below the map.
Yeah, it's a little bit problematic,
No,
but
just a 1700, no big deal.
I think we'll just do this.
Yeah, we need some sad boombox music,
promptly
boombox
make
music going on. Me holding up a
stop being
jams.
there, and then we'll just move you up and see if we can deal with them there.
Never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm.
You know what? We can probably grab that place.
Where's
Sure.
my lighter? Just light F in chat. Light my lighter.
I
for
mean,
us.
to be fair though, people sort of said the same thing when we fought Thrace, and that sort of ended up going all right, all things considering. I don't think it's going to go as well this time. I think we're a lot less, a lot more screwed this time than we were that time. But I think
we're fighting a third of the known world at this point. No big deal.
I think it's maybe going to work out. Let's have a look. And you guys, yeah, that's going to be a problem. Cool. So that's one army. A tiny army, all things considering, but an army nonetheless. If they can just sort of stay at 35% forever, that would have been nice.
It would have been nice, but we're not that lucky.
Oh, no, they just left instead. So that fixed that problem.
That's even
first.
better. Yeah, I'm not mad about that.
I'll take that. That's a small victory as far as I'm concerned.
No. Hooray!
So what we're going to do is just try passing over once more time then. Once more into the fray, isn't that what we're saying?
Yeah. Hurl ourselves into the teeth of the guns.
Something like that.
We are the charge of the light brigade.
Seems like kiosks right there over there. That's fine. I have to admit, I'm not super big on this new area. Well, that as well. New on this whole area that we grabbed. I don't really care that much about it. So let's just move around our troops a little bit.
Everything is fine. This is fine. I'm just gonna fade away. Yeah, no, this is fine. We're doing great.
Great is a strong word, but we're not immediately losing. We are losing a lot of money, though.
There's a lot of boats. That is a lot of boats.
Yeah, they do like boats. They're a boat nation.
Oof, there's also a giant army on our western border. I don't know if you saw that.
Why do I just attack you? Yeah, there's these guys.
Well, there's another one up north of them, too.
Oh. They're not attacking us, though. That's Rome.
Stay up there,
What
guys.
I'm hoping is that Rome will attack Egypt and sort of, at least force them to look away a little bit. But I think we're just slowly making our way across.
Things are looking bleak for the Bosporans.
Yeah, they are, but I think it's going to work out for them. What we're going to do is kind of just move right across the can. Then we're going to do like this.
Bruh. Yeah, Egypt and Anatolia, it was not a good day for them. Egypt just kind of slow-rolled everyone out of existence.
They did. That happens. Then we're just going to continue our little trek. Henioka stops being a tributary of the Bosporan Kingdom and becomes a client state. Okay. Cool. I mean,
Rad.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's fine.
They're all about that client statusm. Right down there, and then
I'm just hoping they all start starving soon. Oh, like that. Like all those armies up on your coast.
Yeah, no, they got it right.
Yeah.
Good for them. Keep that up, guys.
You're doing great. Doing so good.
It's like, hey, do you want to lose money in this very important war you're part of, or do you want to just kill him? I'm like, how about that murder, though? That seems like a good idea.
I heard you guys like murder.
We're big on the murder
Oh
thing.
man, that 10k army though, just slowly whittling and dying on the vine.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, they got some food. Fine.
It's alright. We'll figure it out. I mean, we're actually right now we're not really losing this war. We can actually peace out. I'm not entirely sure as to why though. Is it because we hold like this part? Yeah,
Probably.
it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly why we're not immediately dying. So yeah, no. All things considering, I think it's actually going great. People didn't believe me. Pfft. Disappointing. I think we can just let it fix itself. And then we'll...
The FBI wants to know Joachim's location. Yes. How about that murder?
That's what the internet keeps telling me as soon as I go online as well.
Uh-huh.
They're like, like, hey, so and so many hot people wants to know your location. I'm like,
Hot moms in your area?
I have my doubts.
Yeah, man, we're a real big fan of this Bosphor in purple. Just a shame that we're losing so much of it right now.
Yeah, we're losing a little bit of it, but that's alright. We'll just go across and grab the Vorgol again, and then... Oh, Let's... Please no boats. There's no boats. Free.
Hooray! Oh, 12k army just marching up your back door.
Yeah, that's fine, though, because as soon as we do like this, we hold the Vorgol, which was this area. So we can actually force them into a peace now.
Do it.
And I think that's sort of as good as it gets, right? We don't actually want to fight them. No. Because we could start sort of trying to grab areas.
Yeah. Yep.
They're like, hey, what if we do like peace where I get? So I'm like, I don't think that's a good piece.
No.
That's like a bold suggestion of you to make, but I don't think so. So what are we going to do instead? We're just going to grab a white piece and leave it at that, I think. Then we can finally, maybe, start burning off our war exhaustion.
Yep.
And we can get rid of these mercenaries, so we can get some money again.
Yep.
Because that's sort of been like a long thing coming.
Only one announced game in development, or will more be announced at the con. There's going to be a lot of announcements at PDX Con, but you'll have to tune in to find out what those are, because I'm not going to give away any secrets until then.
Ah, I see. You're quite good at the marketing speak.
Oh,
I didn't know you knew that language.
Imagine that. That's right. part of the marketing department actually knows what it is.
It's not everyone is fluent in marketing, so I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. I'm trying. No, true story though. I don't think there's anybody. I think the rest of the community managers are community managers, and I'm actually a senior community manager, which like makes me nervous every day because I'm like, imposter syndrome takes over, and I'm like, how did I become a senior? God, what happened?
Part of getting older,
I know. It's like, what? When did this happen? And then
when is that PDX-Con? See, this is your chance to sell it off to them. They asked when the PDX-Con is.
I don't remember. I don't know.
21st to 23rd of May.
Is that when it is, Joachim?
Yes.
Is that your official statement?
I mean, I think it's the official statement.
Okay. No, just checking. You got this. I can go take a nap. We were actually talking about a nap, so I can just... Ooh. Yeah, no, it is, though, everyone, if you're not in for the joke there. Yes, PDXCon is the 21st through the 23rd of May this year, and we will be all digital, so if you already have not, make sure you sign up for our Discord server, and check out all of the lists for all of our different games, which have each of their own servers and channels. If you aren't already part of it, definitely check it out, because it has all of our news and all of our announcements. Now look, I did my job. You happy now?
Yeah, I'm super happy. So here's a fun fact about these two. I was playing on 2.0 back on before it released, and these numbers were crazy high.
Yeah.
Like population speed. I think it was +4 or something.
Oof. Yeah.
And I sort of looked at it and I'm like, that doesn't look right, does it? So I had like a conversation with Peter, and it ended up like this instead.
Maybe
I think
it
was
Nurgle, do you have a link to the PDX server? Maybe one of my mods is in there. Hey guys, if one of my mods is in the chat, please drop that PDXCon server link, please.
Simple as that. I don't see any links. Then again, there is a bit of a.
Yep.
You know what? Just do your thing.
Am I a senior because I'm managing 2 games? It's the other way around. I'm managing 2 games because I'm a senior. I don't think they would give that to a junior role and be like, here's 2 games, figure it out. And then, yeah. So my third project now, I guess I can talk about it now, is I was handling the organization of the Discord for PDXCon. So that was that third project we were always talking about. Ta-da! That's all it was.
So here's a fun thing. Apparently, the Antigonids still exist. They're down here and they want to be allies.
Woo! What are they, like? 2
I'm not sure how I
territories
feel about it. No, they're actually like 45 cities. They're actually
Wow.
all accounts, they're actually decent
Holding
sized.
on somewhere. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at that.
It looks like they're currently in the middle of losing a war, though. I think it's sort of neat that they're there, but I'm not going to help them. So there you go. Good for you guys. Hold in there. I believe in you.
No game replacement for the 1800s. No idea what that is, so I'm just gonna move on from that. And then, why is Zoroastrianism and polytheism in this game? I don't know. Joachim, do you know?
Could someone tell me why Zoroastrianism is polytheistic in this game? So, actually, is it? Because I know that we have the Jews and monotheistic. We have the Buddhists as sort of semi-monotheistic, and the same with what's the last one called again? Jainism, the Jains. So Zoroastrianism was a little bit weird, as I believe Zoroastrian monotheistic, tendencies got a lot stronger in more recent years. This is very, very early in many ways, right? In Zoroastrian history. So there's a certain, change on how a lot of things worked. My impression, at least, I'm not the one who made Zoroastrianism for.
Wait, you
Imperator,
didn't
so I
make
can't-
Zoroastrianism?
For Imperator, let's be specific here. And I also didn't make it in general. But I believe the idea was that they got a lot more monotheistic later on when they took, they changed significantly under the Sasanian? Is that the name? The Persian Empire and the
Yes. Yeah.
in the 400 CE. So I think the idea was to have like more like the small like angel like figures in Zoroastrianism to sort of show that they still had some polytheistic tendencies at the time. At least that's my impression. But like I said, I'm not the one who made them for the games, so I can't say. Most of the religions were done by me, but Zoroastrianism is not one of them.
That's a shame.
Roman Catholicism venerates saints and virgins, those polytheistic origins showing up. Yeah, no. If you go into, what's it called again? The place in front of the Vatican, the huge, like, open area, St. Peter something.
The square or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just see all of these, like, marble statues of saints. If you didn't know that was Catholicism, I'm willing to bet that anyone could tell you that this was some sort of polytheistic religion, right?
Yeah.
It certainly looks like it.
Yeah, it does. And that was, that's always been kind of the weird thing about Catholicism is like, people are like, oh, blah, blah, blah. What do you venerate? It's like, well, here's a bunch of dudes. Good luck.
Yeah.
Who are these people?
It's a little bit weird.
Who are all these people?
They're saints.
They are.
as someone who's not like a native speaker, right, for
Right.
English,
Right. Yeah.
there's always a certain like, if you have like a language that you grew up with, you don't actually think about a lot of the words, right?
Right.
You just sort of, you accept them for what they are.
Yeah.
And then when you learn a new language, you sort of sit down, you have to learn all the words, and you have to sort of go through a whole process. And I think the word that always stuck out to me is roundabouts,
Ooh, roundabouts. Yeah.
because it's such a dumb word.
Yeah, it is. It is a dumb word. You were correct.
And yeah, no, I thought it was a joke at the start when I was really young. I thought the teacher was messing with me, but she wasn't. That's just what they're called.
Yeah, it's true. The one that's really weird for me is like obviously Texas has a problem with the word wash, that we're not going to go into on stream because it's, if I'm not paying attention, I even fall into that hole of calling it the wrong thing. But yeah, so like if you're in a house and you need to clean your clothes, what do you put them in?
Washing machine.
Washing machine. And if you need to clean your dishes, where do you put them?
Dishwasher.
Right. Except for in Texas.
I feel like I'm back at school again.
Right. In Texas, you don't call each of them. You just say, put them in the washer. Which one? Are we talking about clothes or are we talking about dishes? Something's getting washed. Hope you put them in the right one. Because neither one's going to work well on the other. But yeah, you just call them a washer. And then, of course, you same thing. Like, you go to a different language and somebody's like, why is it called that? And it's like, oh, yeah, hold on. Let me reel back and figure out what I did there. Or, of course, like colloquial slang that you grow up with that you just don't think about.
Yeah.
So there's a lot in the South that's like, I don't know why it's called that. No idea what that actually means. But here we are. Yeah, hi. Good luck. Yeah. It's language is very weird, and learning different languages always amuses and terrifies me because I get real gun shy when I start trying to speak it, but listening to it I can pick up a lot of a language before I even know what's going on or understand the words. And then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh, I get it now. Okay, that makes sense." No, there's no White Castle here. I wish there was a White Castle in Sweden. And buffalo wings they just call hot wings or, fried wings, which is kind of weird. Oh man, the Walshateria? Yeah, man. There's one in Austin that the WA at the beginning has burned out on the sign long ago, and I guess it's an inside joke now, and they never replaced it because I've seen them replace all of the other letters except for Shatteria. Yeah.
So, apparently, it might be silly, but supposedly Pergamon is in a defensive league with Pergamon.
Ooh, right on. I'm glad they are defending themselves in a league with themselves against themselves.
There's apparently two of them.
There are two Pergamons. Look,
they're hanging out. They're allied and in defensive league together. Yeah. I mean, they have a thing going. They know what they're doing.
What do you call the little disc you put on a nut or a bolt? Also a washer. Yes. And then, how's my Swedish? Jag pratar lite svenska. Jag lär mig svenska. So we're working on it.
My Swedish is non-existent. I'm Norwegian.
I know an Italian. I know an Italian who knows fluent Norwegian, and he's like, I'm never going to learn Swedish. Never. I just speak very slow Norwegian, and the Swedes figure it out.
Sad thing is, they don't, though. I understand Swedish, and they just, whenever I open my mouth and say something in Norwegian, you can just sort of see, like, the blood sort of draining from their faces, and they just,
I need a test sentence here so I can watch Nurgle look just completely dumbfounded.
No, I'm not going to do that.
He also said you're not going to do that, so...
Yes, that sounds about right. Until I can see Nurgle, myself, I'm not going to do that. If Nurgle pops up on stream, I'm happy to do it.
Oh, was that a challenge? That sounded like a challenge. Hold on.
No. I regret this already.
I mean, as long as he can have his giant unicorn hat on, we'll be good.
How am I going to see the blood drain from his face, though?
Oh, fair. That's fair.
Anyways, away from
Nonsense. And back into game.
Yes.
Okay,
That, basically.
So here we are.
Yeah, we sort of, we're, next to the two Pergamons.
Yeah, Egypt lost a decent chunk of land on that. Whatever
The
they
two
were doing.
kingdoms of Pergamon, if you will. And Egypt is
Still terrible.
still here, and here, and here. And I wonder if they're over here as well. I'm gonna just... No, they're not over there. But they're sort of a little bit everywhere. Apparently also in a revolt, so that's something.
Oh, try learning try learning Greek with a Texas drawl. True story, I have a Greek friend who tried to learn English and picked up mainly from Texans. She sounds amazing. She's a wonderful person and sounds amazing. She lives in Texas now, though, so I guess it worked out for her. Whatever. And then, yeah, I also have a friend. This is the weirdest thing, right? So I have this friend who, her family's from Alabama. Like, the most down-home country Alabama accent in the world. Except she's Vietnamese. And she knows fluent Vietnamese. So her English is this weird mix between down-home southern Alabama accent and heavily inflected Vietnamese English. So it's like, sometimes she starts speaking and I go, I have no idea what you just said. I've known her for years. And sometimes I'm like, nope, that one happened. No idea what you just said. Moving on.
Yeah, no. It's, I find the thing that I often do is that when I get too comfortable, I just sort of, without thinking about it, switch to Norwegian. That's never a good idea.
No.
Particularly not when you're talking to people who don't know Norwegian, right?
Yeah, well, it's like me, and anytime I get comfortable or relaxed or drunk, I slip back into like super heavy Texan, and even I realize at a certain count that I'm like, you probably don't understand me. I'm sorry.
And they don't.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
That's a big.
That's actually a sizable little rating party there.
How much do I need to give you to just not just not be here? That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
That's not worth it. I'm just going to grab some troops instead then.
Just march them on over there. Say hi.
So I think we'll just put this, and then we're just going to move it down here.
Howdy.
And fix the problem. Oh, you're just going to move around my fort? See, the thing is, right? As a dev, you often see like forum threads where people are like, "Hey, this thing is a problem." And the latest is that, hey, people can just move around your fort if they sort of siege and take one at a time. And I'm like, how much of a problem is it really, right?
Yeah.
You get a little bit like, it's just those forumites complaining about everything. How big of a problem is it really? And then you play the game and you have moments like this, and you're just like, I haven't played much of Imperator Rome in recent months. Is there a way to create a bloodline? There is not. The fun fact of the day is that at some point we were planning to add a feature for adding bloodlines to the game, but it was cut. I believe that was 1.4.
Sounds right.
But it ended up being cut because it wasn't... I don't know if it was because of time or just because Peter wasn't happy about how it was designed. But I was a little bit sad to see that go. Seemed interesting, but no, there's no... there's no way to create a bloodline. There is a couple of them that starts from the get-go, and that's pretty much it. You can make your own deities, though. Well, sort of. You can turn people into deities. The other day I made my 4-year-old girl ruler, who had just taken over from her father, into a deity.
You there, child. Welcome to being a god. Yeah, that would. I don't know how I'd feel about that religion.
Do you ever use Civilization map mode? Not really. It's not something I care about much. I see. Is it in the pipeline for the future? No, there's no such thing in the pipeline for the future, I'm afraid.
Womp womp.
The thing is, people often think that if we have something planned and it ends up being cut, it'll be brought in the future. That's not really necessarily the case.
Right.
A lot of features that get cut,
Are cut for a reason.
yeah, they're cut for a reason, and it's not only usually because we don't have time to do them.
Right.
It's also because there's parts of them we don't like, or there's something that's problematic, or it's going to
Yeah.
be very time consuming compared to the things that we get in. And it's always sort of like a trade off, right? If we do X, that means we won't do Y because we're using time on X. So if we want to do something right now, that means we're going to hold off on something else.
Yep.
That's sort of always the case. And a lot of these features that get cut are like the most minor things, basically, right? It's sort of like hey, it's not very important and it's not something that we want to prioritize or spend our resources on when there's more important things to do.
Right, or in the rare
That's
case where it's like this breaks another feature completely, and that feature is more important, then we've prioritized the one that's more important, even if it means we have to cut one of the other features that was maybe as fun, but not as important to the overall play of the game.
And there's also something to be said about, that's sort of why people often ask, hey, why is there no music player in Imperator?
Yeah.
And, that's something people have been asking about for ages now. And, we keep thinking, hey, we'll put in a music player at some point, right? And
Right.
I know it has been in the plan several times. It's like, it's very often put in as hey, this is like the lowest priority thing. So if we have extra time, we'll add this little thing, right? And then we eventually don't end up having time, so it just sort of gets pushed off to the future. You sort of kick the can down the road, and then that's just how things go.
All right, now that we've declared war on Pergamon, I was actually holding off, hoping you would do this, so we would have a good place to remember where we were. We're almost out of time.
Oh,
So
right. I
this
think the
gives us a
thing
good
is, though,
stopping point to focus.
the thing is, if we're sort of stopping in 2 minutes, I might be able to finish this war before that.
Let's do it.
Is that this is like a rush to get the war done.
Would you say it's a lightning war?
I did not say that, but I also did not say that. Yeah, they'll run themselves ragged, that's fine.
No, you may not have $80. Sorry.
It's a little bit mean of you.
I actually found $20 in an old pair of pants that I haven't worn since the States. Like, I stuck my hand in my pocket, and I was like, what is this? I pulled out, I was like, it's a $20 bill! It's been so long
That's not
since
really
I've touched
to
money.
help you, though, is it?
No, not really. But I'm going to put it in my wallet and hide it behind some stuff.
Actually, it doesn't seem like we have time, so I'm just going to cut it here, and then we can continue next time, because we also got a revolt starting. And then, I can... next week I'll be like, what did that past Joachim do? What an idiot, he can't play the game.
Damn you, past Joachim. How many
Yeah,
bottles of vodka did you have?
It's always like, that idiot, he's such an asshole. And then I'm like, oh, future Joachim can deal with that. So, I'm sort of the core of my own problems, I guess.
Or the solution.
A little bit of both.
Yeah,
Anyways, I think that's it.
that is about it for us, guys. We had a lot of fun. Talked about a lot of weird things as usual. Not a lot of them about the game. But that's okay, because that's why we're here, is to have fun. I hope you all enjoy the patch. I know it was a lot of fun for you guys to see all those changes, to get those updates for 2.0. And I hope that after you had so much fun with all those changes in 2.0, any issues you were facing have been addressed, and you can get back to enjoying the game that you love so much. In the meantime, Joachim, thank you so much, as always, for joining me.